Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling victorious, but also strangely empty? You got your point across. You dismantled every counter-argument. You proved them wrong, but somewhere deep inside, you feel unsettled because being right didn't really make you feel better. It made you feel alone. In a world obsessed with opinions, what if being right is actually the wrong goal? Philosophy isn't about winning arguments. It's about seeking truth, even when that truth humbles us. Socrates, one of the most revered minds in history, once said, "The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing." Imagine that. A man whose ideas shaped Western thought admitted he knew nothing. Not because he lacked intelligence, but because he understood that certainty can be a prison. Here's the strange thing about being certain. It feels powerful, but it often limits our growth. When we cling to our beliefs as if they are unshakable truths, we stop listening, we stop questioning, and worst of all, we stop evolving. Think about how many relationships, opportunities, or insights we've lost just because we refuse to entertain the idea that we might be wrong. In many ways, the need to be right isn't about truth at all. It's about ego. Ego says, if I'm wrong, I'm weak. But wisdom says, if I'm wrong, I've just found a path to something deeper. Lao Tzu once said, "He who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened." And part of knowing yourself is realizing how often your thoughts are shaped by fear, pride, and insecurity. We fear being seen as foolish. We fear losing status. We fear uncertainty. So we mask that fear by doubling down on our convictions. But real strength isn't found in shouting louder. It's found in listening, even when it's uncomfortable. In today's world, silence is underrated. Everyone's talking, posting, arguing, reacting. But silence? That's where real reflection begins. The Stoics believe that most conflict arises not from external chaos, but from internal noise. When we learn to quiet that noise, we become less reactive, less defensive, and more open to understanding others and ourselves. Because the goal isn't to always win, the goal is to see clearly. Let's ask a question. What happens when we stop trying to win? We begin to connect. We stop viewing others as opponents to be conquered and start seeing them as mirrors, revealing parts of ourselves we haven't met yet. Every disagreement becomes an invitation to explore a new perspective, to strengthen a weak spot in our reasoning, or simply to grow in patience and compassion. There's profound peace in not needing to be right. It allows us to prioritize truth over pride and curiosity over control. So the next time you find yourself in the middle of an argument, pause. Ask yourself, is this about connection or is it about control? And remember, truth isn't a trophy to be won. It's a lifelong journey walked by those brave enough to admit they still have much to learn. In the end, the wisest ones are rarely the loudest. They're the ones listening, even when the world is screaming. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more philosophical reflections like this. And as always, stay curious, stay humble, and keep seeking.